What? Welcome back to me. Let's get this going. Okay. How is everybody today? We're just going to catch up and talk and pull some cards and talk about what is going on in this world today. How have you been? Oh, I know that I have been enjoying, for me, which feels like the last of summer. May not be much to anyone here, but to me it's a lot. So, which I will explain that. Can everybody hear me okay? Yes. Okay. Come on, say where you're from. Right now, it's Sunday. Is it the 30th of the last day? Hello! From across the pond, how are you, my lovely? Good to see you. Yes, good to see you. How have you been? I got your message. Did you get mine? Oh my goodness. I thought that was the coolest story that you sent me, and it so aligned with the meditation that I had just had. So it's really good to see you too. I was attempting to come on to try something new. So I will attempt it on my next time. So what it is I'm going to, being as I want to interact with you through cards and through chat and through interacting like you can do with live, but you can't do with videos. But like I've said before, I can't promote my live video, the lives. I can only promote videos to try to promote my channel. So what I was going to attempt to do was, yeah, we terror. No, yes, devil terror. So I take it you read the message. So what I was going to attempt to do was go live through StreamYard and then record at the same time through my phone, and that way I'd be able to promote my video. But in my attempting to do it today, then I got a little bit, frustrated, and I said, I will try next time. I will try to do it not at the time that I'm trying to go live, if that makes sense. And that way I can promote my videos and still interact with you. So, yeah, so that's what's new with me on that end for today. Oh, I see spirit coming in. My nose is getting itchy. So, that message you sent me, Miss Amy, was that a story you wrote, or was that a vision you had, or what was that? Was that? Tell me all about that. Whether it's here or you can send me another message. Oh, that was AI, really? Well, that felt like it was straight from you. My goodness, it's so aligned with my message that I literally, when I was meditating and I saw like a past life of myself, and I was called a temporal tyrant because I was always into shenanigans. That is funny. So, yeah. So who would like let's get a collective card, and then we're going to do some ground ourselves and get into some ground ourselves before we go all out there talking about everything, okay? So we can keep the energy. Did I see Andy? I didn't see Andy. Hey, Andy, where was Andy's message? Hey, Miss Andy. So this is a collective card. Angels, guides, give us a collective card before we do our meditation to connect with one another and send love and healing throughout to everyone. This is our collective card here. Woo! Becoming whole again. Hey, Miss Andy. Look at that. Becoming whole again. Conjunction. That's the card, the collective card that I pulled. Becoming whole again. Is that not a message and a half for nowadays? Because there are so many people who are hurting and in position for just what the heck is going on. It's the cleanse. It's the we are where we are. Wow, that was pretty powerful. Becoming whole again. So, with that being said, let's do our meditation and ground ourselves and send the energy of being whole again. So we will set the intention of sending wholeness to everyone, to every soul. That's going to be the intention. We pulled the card and it said becoming whole again. Okay, so let's start by grounding ourselves, getting ourselves connected to the earth, to ourselves, surrounding ourselves with angels, protection, and then we're going to send out love, light, and whole, the energy of being whole again to every soul upon this earth. Okay, so let's start with some deep breaths. Hold it and let it out. Breathe in. Hold it and let it out. One more time. Breathe in. Hold it and let it out. Now let's take our attention to our root chakra, the root chakra, and we're going to imagine it being roots going deep into the earth. We're going to ground and connect ourselves to Mother Earth, all the way to the center of the earth. And now we're going to imagine that red root chakra expanding all throughout the earth, to every aspect of the earth, connecting, grounding. And then now we're going to bring that red root energy back up to ourselves. Bring the attention back up to the center part of yourselves. And now we're going to take the intention of the white light that is within us, and we're going to bring it all the way up. And we're going to connect all the way to the higher aspects of ourselves, sending that white light to the higher aspects of ourselves. And then now we're going to bring that white light energy back down to the center part of ourselves that we connected to the higher part of ourselves. And now we're going to expand it all around us. Expand that white light bubble all around you, the white light that you truly are. Expand it as far out as you would like, all the way around you. And now we're going to ask the angels, the angelic realm, to surround that white light bubble that we surrounded ourselves with. And we're going to ask the angels to surround that. And we thank the angels for surrounding us in this time. And now with our intentions from, hello, Miss FF, with our intentions from the center of our hearts, we are going to send to every soul upon this earth, to the hearts of every soul upon this earth. Let's send love. The intention, I send love to every soul upon this earth. I send you love from my heart to yours. I send you love. And now let's send white light, healing white light to every soul upon this earth with our intention. I send healing white light to every soul upon this earth. I send it to you. It is my intention that I send to you healing white light energy. And through the collective card that we pull, now let's send the energy of wholeness to every soul upon this earth. I send to you the energy of being whole once again. Being whole in the trueness of who you truly are. I send to you wholeness from my heart to yours, to every soul upon this earth. I send to you wholeness. And may it be received just as Miss Af shared. Please, somebody, what is the next energy that we can send from our hearts to every soul around this earth? What is the next energy that we shall send? Let's start with peace and calm. I send to you peace and calm. Until somebody speaks up. Compassion. Miss Andy said compassion. I send to you from my heart to yours, to every soul upon this earth. I send to you the energy of compassion through the suggestion of Miss Andy, and may it be received as Miss Afaf spoke. Inclusion. Ooh, I'm tingling. I send the intention, the energy of inclusion to every soul upon this earth. And may it be received in the most benevolent way. Peace, calm, love, healing, compassion, inclusion, love, and light. Let's breathe into that. Now let's set angels. We set angels on assignment to stay with the energy that we have sent in the most benevolent way. And we say thank you. That's how we connect, everybody. That's how we connect to one another through love, compassion. For we all are as one. Remember that. And I send to you remembrance. I send to every soul upon this earth to remember who you are on a spiritual level. Thank you for being a part of that, Miss Afaf. Thank you. I send gratitude, the energy of gratitude and thankfulness to every... Oh, Miss Amy, you're going to make me fall out this chair. Thank you. I send gratitude. I send joy. And I send raining of blessings upon Miss Afaf. It had to come to you. Came out my mouth. Miss Afaf, Miss Pebbles, Miss Amy, Miss Andy. I send blessings, provision. Remember, the universe has your back. Never has the universe dropped you off on the side of the road and said, walk from here. I send to you love. I am grateful. And you guys must know this. This is a confession from me. I'm a giver. It's a challenge for me to receive. So thank you for the lesson of receiving. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. We send the message of remembrance and of unity and love, for when one heals, being as we are all connected, we all heal. So with that energy of remembrance, being as we all agreed to forget, with the challenge of remembering for the purpose of growth and expansion on a soul level, I send remembrance of who you are. Remember the perfectness that you are, and the path that you are walking is in divine right order. It is sprinkled with benevolence. Nothing in your life is an accident. Even in the challenges that come about. And I always say that, even with the challenges, you come out with strength. You agreed to it. You asked for it. And you asked for that growth. Yes. Hello from Brazil. Welcome, Claudience. How did you like our meditation, our intentions of sending healing energy to us all, for being unity? We are all as one. When one heals, we all heal. Who would like a card today? Who would like a card being on? We are on such a high spiritual train right now. You know what? Thank you for that, Miss Andy. That is a reminder of a meditation that I had, reminding me of confirmation. Miss Andy, you have a card coming. Yes. Reminding me in a meditation that I had, because I was questioning, what am I supposed to be doing, and making sure I'm where I'm supposed to be. And literally, I have to read that again. And literally, I was getting confirmations as to I am exactly where am I supposed to be, even with my timing, because I was having a hard time with I'm not coming on as much as I would like to. And even with my timing, that I was exactly where I was supposed to be, and how I am literally speaking to people around the world. Because at one point I had a message saying that this was going to spread larger than what I was expecting, and that I was being prepared for it was going to be bigger than I ever imagined, and how confirmation of I would be sharing messages to people around the world. And that's a lot to take in, but yet at the same time, I'm speaking to me, because we are all as one. And as I heal, as you heal, we all heal. Because we all got some healing to do, especially with this chaos going on, right? So, no more chit chat. All right. Miss Andy would like a card today. Angels, guides, and loved ones, please give me a card for Miss Andy. Miss Andy. Venus. Ooh, Miss Andy, you love child, you. It says love and abundance is yours. Look at that, standing all sexy like, posing and whatnot. Look at you, Miss Venus. Yes, and that Venus energy is strong right now. That one was for you, Miss Andy. You love child, you. All right. Miss Claudia's from, can somebody put up, oh no, that's right. I can push this and it'll come back up. Y'all know who I am with technology. Nope. Try again. Nope. None of that. Try again. Can somebody put the chat back up? So I can see who had asked for, I think Miss Afas said something, and Miss Claudia, give me one tarot. I love tarot much in Portuguese. Oh, okay. So Claudians. Is it Claudiance? Claudiance? Well, I guess I wouldn't be able to hear you say it anyway. So Claudia, I hope that's correct. Angels, guides, and loved ones, can we have a most benevolent card for Miss Claudia in Portuguese? She mentioned the word Portuguese. It says Black Moon Lilith in Virgo. Release perfectionism. Have you been hard on yourself, thinking you need to be doing better? This is a message for everyone. Pronounce Claudia. Okay. We said, all that beautiful melatonin. This, Miss Claudia, and whomever this is also to go to, if you're being too hard on yourself, you can relax a little bit. Take a couple of deep breaths, maybe go ground yourself, drink some water, and relax. Yes, sit in the sun is wonderful. No need to be so hard on yourself, because remember, you are perfect just the way you are. You are not a mistake. You are in divine right order. Perfection, just the way you are. Relax. Relax, relax, relax. Set them worries down And if shoo me away if I was wrong on that, but I really feel like there's somebody out there, you're putting too much pressure on yourself, feeling like you need to be perfect, more perfect, and feeling like you're not perfect when you are. For there is nobody like you. When you were created, when spirit, source, God, whomever you want, and this is my belief, okay? Source took a piece of itself and then created you. Source took another piece. I didn't say the same piece. I said another piece and created Miss Affaf. Then Source took another piece, not the same piece, another piece, and then created Miss Pebbles. And then took another piece and created Miss Andy. And so on, and so on, and so forth. Therefore, there is no other person on this earth like you, because Source took a piece of itself and created you. And that makes you unique, original, God, divine being, walking this earth. So you are perfect just the way you are. And no one is like you. So every thought that you have, every emotion you feel, every action you take, everything that you do upon this earth, you are a thread in a magnificent tapestry that is spread out around this world. And you made all that glitter and glow, gold shine through your tapestry, your thread of a part of that tapestry of this earth. You know what I'm saying? You're perfect. You're perfect just the way you are. So, hope I didn't go too far with that. I just really want people to understand their worth. Love yourself. You are not a mistake. No matter what goes through your head, through your heart. That's the lesson I'm dealing with. My body doesn't want to play nice. Hey, you're perfect. Even down to I'll put me in play. I'll use me an example. Karma. When I found out, and I'll go Vedic astrology, K2, wherever K2 is in your birth chart, that house is your karma. So showing you, okay, what it is that you need to learn in this life. My karma learning is my children. So I'm like, okay. And then it says that whatever your karma is will be what you will be best at, what you will be great at. So seeing what you're really great at is also your challenge. Some form of agreement that you agreed to in this lifetime that you must learn, achieve, accomplish, go through, expand, whatever the case may be. It was what you agreed to because you said, I need work in that area. So for me, figuring out what my karma is, with my children being as they're the joy, love, and light of my life, okay, they can be the ones that I will jump to first. They can be the one that I will try to help and support, whatever the case may be. So somewhere in there is my lesson. And remember now, I also did fostering for many years, and I fostered many children. So somewhere in there was my karma, so on and so on and so forth. So within you, when you have your challenges, try to embrace them instead of fighting them off like a cat fight, whatever you want to call it. Say, okay, what you trying to say to me? What do I need to learn? Because I really want to cross this bridge so I can cross over to the next step, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'm running my mouth again. Who wants a card? Who was supposed to be next? Forgive me. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you for all the chat. What's it called? So not used to it. The money. Thank you. See, look at that. That has to be something for me to learn, right? Right? I know it is. Receiving, I can give, but I need to learn how to receive. Seeing that right there is something within my children. Miss Afaf, a card, yes, please, and you are welcome. Yes, what was I going to say there? Of if my children, I didn't have the admiration as a child to my mother, ooh, I love you and all that. But my children did it to me, and it was always like, oh my gosh, I'm not used to that. So, hey, but then and I'm more and more used to it, but it was always different for me. So embrace your challenges in life because it's for your benefit, for your growth. And if you can embrace them in a more benevolent receiving instead of resisting, say, all right, I'm open, I'm allowing, and I'm receiving. Yeah? Okay. Angels, guides, and loved ones. Me a card for Miss F, please. Card for Miss F, please. Ooh, Neptune. Magic, imagination, and illusion. What you out there creating, woman? What you out there doing? And it's happened suddenly, isn't it? That's what Uranus. Nope. This is Neptune. My bad. I was saying it's happening suddenly. Magic, imagination, and illusion. Look at that. Creativity on the mind. Yes. Are you in the midst of starting something new? A new little business, a new little online something or another? Shoo me away if I'm wrong. Look at that. Whatever you are thinking about, the universe says, I got your back. Let's do this. Let us do this. Okay. I liked that. This is my favorite deck, you guys. I just love this deck. The artwork on this. This is the deck I've been using. I just love the artwork. That's what got me stuck on it. I mean, I have all these other decks. And if you notice, I always, yes, you may, Miss Pebbles. Angels, guides, loved ones. I need a card from Miss Amy, please. Angels, guides, and loved ones. Black Moon Lilith in Pisces. Honor your boundaries. If you need to tell somebody back up 6 feet, please, it's okay. Honor your boundaries. They are yours to set. No matter what it is in life, they are your boundaries to set. You are you. You are your body. You are your spirit. You are your divinity, and it is your boundaries. What you say goes. There you go. Look at that. Above and below. Honor your boundaries. Pisces. Black Moon Lilith in Pisces. Okay, you said you certainly are today. Isn't today a wonderful day? Even though you know what? Let's talk about that 3-eye atlas that's coming. This is my perspective. I'm open all the way. I'm open either way. I'm excited about it. I don't know how many people have been paying attention. So far, the geophysicist that I like, that I listen to, his name is Stefan Burns. He explains things to where you can understand it, and he has this really amazing astrological app to where you can move it around so you can see all the different angles of the planets. Yes, I do have a thought to start something new. I need to put pen to paper and write it out. Thank you. Absolutely. This window that we are in, especially with this AI Atlas, no, I always say AI Atlas, 3-eye Atlas coming, it's not doing all the characteristics of a comet or a meteor. It's showing something new. It's going at a speed 68 kilometers. You are welcome. You are welcome, Miss Pebbles. It's going 68 kilometers per second. That's pretty fast. It's going at an angle along our equator trajectory, something like that, something that's never been before. And the way that it's lining with the planets and so forth. So if it's not a comet, I would like to say my first is it is the blue Kachina because it has a blue hue to it. It's emanating CO2 with low water. It's showing metals. It has nickel without other metals. What a comet would show, the light that it's emanating is in the front, not the back. All of these different signs. Now, it could be comet, it could be the blue Kachina, and it could be aliens like the Anunnaki. Who knows? Either way, I think this is an exciting time. And planets, how it affects us energetically. This is really expanding consciousness. Right now, the hue around this three-eye atlas is half the size of the sun. That's how big this the hue around this entity is. Now that was the measurement like a week ago. So the closer that it gets, and every time the sun does a solar flare or a plasma burst or whatever the case may be, it collects the energy on this three-eye atlas and it gets bigger and bigger. Now, I think in 2 weeks, it will get to the point where it'll be behind the sun. And if I'm correct, it's like 6 weeks before it shows again. And when it shows again, it will be bigger. Now, y'all remember I had that dream and I was like, look, do you see that? It's the blue Kachina. You see it right there. I made a video on that one. So I'm open, I'm allowing, and I'm receiving, and I'm having fun with this, whatever it ends up being, whether it's something totally new. Now, just putting that out there. But with it comes expansion and consciousness and so on and so forth. There are a lot of people. You're going to be having more and more dreams. You're going to have these ideas. Put it pen to paper. Write that story. Write that book. Do what it is that you wanted to do as you were a child. You never got to do it. Life is yours to create and do with it as you will in the most benevolent way. Positivity, unity, create. What do you want this world to be? Because we are obviously doing a breakdown here. I know I'm over here talking like rainbows and butterflies and like nothing's happening. Well, it is collapsing. I realize that. But within that collapse comes new change. What do you want in this world? What type of world do you want to live in? How do you want your community to be? What is it that you want to learn new? Now is the time to learn something new. Pick up that language. Learn astrology. I have told people for years, if let's say this world collapsed to where it was just not the same anymore, which we've already seen it do that thus far. I've always said one of the best professions to get into for the knowledge, really just for the knowledge, was nursing. So I'm just talking, I'm just throwing stuff out there. This is a time for you to do you. I also, with all of this astrological these solar flares and these plasma and so forth, and how I've spoke about earthquakes and volcanoes. We have seen the 8 point, because I remember before I said I'm seeing 8.0 and I see the number 8.24. We didn't see an 8.24, but we've seen 8.8 and higher. The other day I saw 9.0 and I saw 10.0, the image number in my head. I'm seeing the volcano erupting. That when I was saying I see the orange, the fire, just like that Kilauea in Hawaii, that one, the one that starts with a K and ends with an A, that volcano, the way that it looks, that's the color I was seeing in my mind. So I don't think we're out of the woods at all when it comes down to the earthquakes and geological shifts and so forth. Only thing I can say is just prepare your homes. I've always said I see blackouts coming. Just prepare. That's all you can do, and just do for you. Just do you stock up on your dry goods. Just prepare for power outages. I've said all of that. I've said it before. I stand on it, and I say we're not over. We're not out of the woods yet. What else was I going to say? When I was saying how the other day, great. I'm really glad to hear that. Food and your goods around the house. Oh, is that a blessings to everyone? Yes. But I was sitting out on the steps the other day, and it was really, really weird because once again, nice and warm. And do you know how it feels when you know that somebody's going to be leaving, and you know it's not for, a couple of months or a few weeks, and you're going to miss them and you're trying to spend time with them. Um, oh, hey, I didn't even catch that one. Hey, Miss Lisa. Duh. I'm in my zone, but hey. Um, I was sitting out there and enjoying the weather, and it was like, it was as if the warm weather was going to be leaving, and I felt it and I knew it, and I was having this reminiscent of, oh, I'm going to miss you. And then I caught on to what I was sitting there feeling, and then I was like, huh, I wonder if this is a sign of another harsh winter. Because it was literally almost my spirit saying, I'm really going to miss you. And then I kept feeling this cold air go across my feet, cold wind. Um, it was enough to get me to go inside the house. And then I was like, oh, the rains must be getting ready to come because I feel cold air. But then I went inside, and then I thought about it. I was like, it ain't even going to rain. And I was like, what was that about? So putting two and two together, we might be in for another cold winter. Yes, yes. So I know that was a long story to say. It's going to be cold this winter, you guys. But I'm the wimp when it comes down staying, enjoying it. I have outside. Yesterday I was sitting outside in that sun because we've been having so much rain here. I enjoy the rain. You all know how I feel about the rain. I bless the rain. I send love and calm. When you have a storm coming, you guys, go into your zone. Send love and gratitude and calm to the weather system. Don't use the word storm. Remember, speak what it is that you want. Speak only what it is that you want. So when I'm sending love and gratitude to the weather and thanking the rain for the nourishment that it is giving to the earth and to me and providing me with all of the nutrients that I need, sending a more benevolent energy to help calm things down, sending protection over your home through your neighborhood. Imagine a dome of protection over your home, over your neighborhood, because storms are real. It is what it is, right? In these times that we are in, remember the I ams that you are. I am open. I am allowing. I am receiving. At the end, we always say, I am all that I am. State the all that you are. I am remembering all that I am. I am healing all that I am. I am being all that I am. I am loving all that I am. I am open. I am intuitive. I am healing. I am being the healer that I am. I am receiving the all that I am. I am knowing all that I am. State these affirmations within yourself. Know them to be true. For you only know what you know. So it's not a mind game. It's not a trick. It's an awakening time. We are astrologically having the illusions lifted off of us and remembering who we truly are. And within that, there's going to be a lot of people in their awakening. They are going to be hurting. And that's not an understatement. There's going to be a lot of people hurting in these times because it's going to be a veil removed and the truth seen whom they have been acting like because they believed something that they were not. If you understood that, remember this is all for entertainment purposes only. Sending love and healing in the remembrance of all that we are, the all that I am. Sending compassion, empathy, and understanding. I am understanding the all that I am. I am forgiving the all that I am. For what I didn't know, now I know. And within all of that knowing was a lesson to be learned. Forgive yourself and move on. Sending the energy of forgiveness. Let's all do that as a whole right now because this is a big energy to be in. I send my intentions. I send the energy of forgiveness on a soul level to remember the reasons to forgive. On a soul level. Let's do that one again. I send to you the energy of forgiveness and remembering on a soul level the reasons to forgive. I release my selfish, separate self. I release the ego of my lower self. And I am fine, thank you. How did you guys like that one? What did you think of that? And how many of you have been doing these things that we practice on here that we do together? Sending healing energy, the meditation techniques. What are the different meditation techniques that we've been doing? Remember the pyramid? Imagining, feeling the point up here, and then feeling the point here, and feeling the point here, and feeling the point here, and behind you until you have a pyramid. That meditation, who's still doing that one? What about the meditation to where you're breathing up your spine and back down? Starting from your root chakra, breathe up your spine and back down. That helps awaken your Kundalini. Who is sitting in silence in their meditation, just sitting in awareness, allowing, great, the spine meditation, the ancestral healing. Oh, I love this ancestral one. Isn't that powerful? So those who have not heard it, if you going from the concept of there is no time, period. Everything really is happening all at the same time, right? So you go back to the furthest family member that you can think of. For me, it was the last slave in my family, Peter and Dicey Carroll, husband and wife. And I surround them with white light of healing. I send healing energy to Peter and Dicey Carroll, the ancestral lineage of my line. I send healing energy to their minds, to their hearts, to their physical bodies. And I send healing energy to the family before them. Healing family till it comes to me today. Healing my family lineage. Simply by putting white light healing energy to your family line. I love it. That one's a big one. Yes. A concentration meditation technique, starting with each chakra, breathing 3 breaths, send it back to creation. Yes. 3 breaths through the root chakra, going up to the next, from the red to the orange, 3 breaths, to the yellow, 3 breaths, to the green, 3 breaths, to the baby blue, 3 breaths, to the indigo, 3 breaths, to the violet, 3 breaths, back down to the root chakra. Do 3 rounds without losing your concentration. A focus meditation within your chakras. There are different ways of doing meditation. And like I was saying, with the sitting and just allowing your thoughts go to where they go, recognize them, just bring your attention back to you, let your thoughts do what they're going to do. Eventually, you will have a quiet mind. There's lots of techniques that you can use to strengthen you, to strengthen us all. Remember, when one heals, we all heal. Think of it as the human body. If your finger, who has hurt their finger and then it was just like, I can't even pick this up. I gotta, like, but once that one finger is healed, it's back to, the whole body is back to normal again, is it not? That's how we are as a collective. So continue to heal yourself. Send healing energy to others. Any questions? Because I am just rambling. Not that I do good with reading. And any cards? Any questions? Oops. I know Miss Amy was thinking, because she's the jumper around here. There's too many, Miss Amy. It's too many. Not today. Was there anything else that I was going to talk about? Oh, okay. So when it comes down to what's going to be next with the National Guard and all of that around the United States, and how I keep saying how I feel like Diaper Dawn's just trying to get the attention of Black people, trying to get them out in the streets and so forth. The dry run was the National Guard in Washington, D.C., and now he's talking about to doing it in Chicago and so forth. I feel like when he does it, I'm not going to be surprised if he does different cities all at the same time. Because when the thought came to me, I heard 7 days. I heard 7 days. But then I was like, okay, is it going to happen in 7 days, or will he do it over a 7-day period? But at the same time, excuse me, I almost felt like he was going to create a new type of National Guard, so it couldn't be like the states couldn't say, no, you can't use our National Guards, no, you can't activate it, something along those lines, to where they wouldn't have authority anyway. He may even just call up the reserves so that they can't say that Diaper Dawn doesn't have authority over what they are doing. And yeah, so I would like to Black folks, stay in the house if you can. He's really trying, because you can hear stories, people putting out stories even in DC about people being arrested within the neighborhoods. But here was the other thing. That's right. I had a vision of, I saw in somebody's home, it was military and they had their military weapons and they were in somebody's home and they were telling somebody, drop your weapon, drop your weapon. They were in somebody else's home with military weapons. That was my vision. So, I would hope, I don't want to use the word I pray, but hopefully that was just my imagination and not something to really come to pass. That yeah, I'm still with the remember before I said with tsunamis, I can't tell if it's East Coast, West Coast, or both. I still stand on that, but I think the West Coast is going to be first. Yeah. Yeah. I know I just jumped around everywhere on that, didn't I? But yeah, Diaper Don, he's trying really, really hard. Really, really hard. But and we haven't seen him. I think maybe he has some type of health issue going on, but I don't think he has exited. So, and I don't think, and even though Mr. VD has talked about being, he's stepping up if he needs to, I don't think he's going to have the charisma. I just don't see it. Especially if this ends up being a blue Kachina, and with the Hopi Indian prophecy, how they said that. I know I need to read all of this stuff. It's hard for me to read and talk. Is that walking and chewing gum? The prophecy, the Hopi Indian prophecy with the blue Kachina is that's their last and final sign. They have 9 signs, and that would be their last one. And then that's when the purification would begin. And I keep saying it around the house. I know that for sure. Not so much. I don't recall how much I said here, but I said that, man, we are going to a higher vibration. Point blank. That's just it. That's all. We're moving into the age of Aquarius. That's a higher vibration. And if man isn't matching that, being as the Earth's consciousness and vibration is raising, if man is not matching it, the Earth is going to shake them off like fleas. I will stick to that because vibration matches vibration. You can play a tuning fork, a musical instrument, whatever. Put it in the lines of people, with even people that come on to listen to me right now. All of us right here. Vibration matches vibration. It's just that simple. So if the Earth's consciousness is being raised, and if you don't match it, well, you're going to fall off. It's just that simple. It's sad, but true. And within the Hopi Indian prophecy, it says that those that will be left are the ones that will take care of the earth, so on and so forth. You can take that nonsense elsewhere. I've never really spoken out against chat up on my chat, but that bullshit, you can take it someplace else. Period. For the one thing that I did read on there. Don't bring that nonsense around here. Anyway, don't disturb my peace. Don't let that pendulum swing, because pendulums swing, do they not? Anyway, another thing, remember before, thank you. Remember before when I talked about the 5 lives of Jesus? Well, I've also come across another interesting thing. And see, and within all of this, remember, even with Christianity, thank you all. Thank you all. I appreciate that. I don't want to have to go there. I don't like being like that. I'd rather be nice, love, and light. People would ask me, so every now and then people ask me, they'll say, are you mad? And I always respond, if I was mad, you will not have to ask. So, just make it clear. I prefer to be love and light. Yeah. You ain't depressed. You're just trying to get attention. And now you have been ignored. Swipe, swipe like a little fly. Um, so anyway, upon the 5 lives of Jesus, when I was speaking about this, and here's another interesting perspective, how we talk about, if you look at Moses, when he came down from the mound with the 10 Commandments, came off the mountain, and the people were worshiping a calf. And they had the calf, the horn sign, the horn with the circle in the middle like the sun. And he took the tablets and he threw them down the ground and broke them according to the story. Well, in truth, that was the end of the age of Taurus, and we went into the age of Aries. It went from the age of Aries. And from there, recall how it went, the symbol for the age of Aries. Don't recall. But then it's when they spoke of Jesus with the Pisces, when he always talks about the two feeding when he talked about Jesus with his 2-piece fish meal and feeding the multitude and all that, and they talked about the 2 fishes, the Pisces sign. I will have it better next time, I promise, because now I forgot. I'm not recalling the symbol for the Aries. However, in there, the disciples asked Jesus, where will we go next? And he said, go to the man's house that is bearing water. In those days, history does not show men that carried water. It was only women. However, if you look at the astrological sign, the Aquarius, age of Aquarius, is the symbol of a man bearing water. Literally, they've shown. So basically, more and more and more, I'm seeing how the Bible is supposed to be. Yes, it's a guidance, but it's literally a code, figuring out a code, a whatever you want to call it, the God code, or that one was a fluke. But anyway, but it shows Taurus, Aries, Pisces, Aquarius. So, with all of these earth changes, going to the age of Aquarius is where we are heading, whether you like it or not. That too, that's a good possibility. No, my technical skills stop at YouTube. We are working on that for future projects. Right now, I am only on YouTube, and that's fine. It's enough for me right now. So, but I see we coming up on an hour, everybody. I'd like to thank everybody for all the participation we had when we were in the good, when we were in the rough, when we were all standing together. So I thank you all the new subscribers. I thank you for all the comments. I thank you for all the thumbs up. So with that being said, let's say our ending, and then you know how to further take it in your personal time, okay? I am love. I am light. I am all that I am. So until next time, have the most benevolent day. You're welcome, everybody.